welcome back to Cult Movie Club, and this is the Van Damme special, part 2, part of the Van Damme collection from 88 films. So, first video we talked about Street Fighter and Replicant, those releases. They then announced, part of that collection was Knockoff, but that got delayed, so I didn't get a chance to do that in the last one. I'm going to do it on this one. They also announced Legionnaire Universal Soldier: The Return. Legionnaire has been put back to May, so obviously we won't be looking at that. Universal Soldier: The Return, I've already got a Sony release of, so I didn't bother upgrading that. So we've got 3 titles here today that are, there was 3 on this wave. I've got 3 here, including Knockoff. There was a Maximum Risk as part of this release wave. Again, I've got a Sony release of that, so I'm not in any real rush to kind of upgrade that. I probably will get it at some point. It is a good film. I do prefer it quite a lot more than I prefer the Universal Soldier sequel. I think it's a really good Van Damme movie. Let's talk about the ones I've got in this pile here, though. So first of all, Knockoff was part of the first release slate, like I said, but then got put back to December. So I had it on pre-order, and it finally came just before Christmas. So here we go, Knockoff, 88 films. Again, it's a shiny slipcase. This is number 543 that I grabbed here, so again, that's quite a low number. So let's just delve into this quickly. So in this, we've got the poster of the original artwork. I'm not going to fold that out. You don't need to see that. I will open these postcards though. Let's have a look. So that's quite a memorable scene in the film. Van Damme and Rob Schneider. The original artwork on a postcard, which is like the poster. You basically get an iffy picture of that. Shot of Van Damme looking very confused. A bit like the plot of this movie. And another great memorable scene from this film. Big fight there that takes place in this film. Pretty good fight as well. So, yep, they're pretty cool. We've got reverse artwork, but it is a bit disappointing as it's pretty much just the same. Just like different font and different colour titles. So, yeah, okay. Knockoff as a whole, I saw this back when it came out. And I hated it. I did not like it at all. I was still comparing Van Damme films to like Hard Target and Universal Soldier and stuff like that, which I stopped doing. So was not impressed with it, didn't have a clue what was going on, didn't have a clue what they was trying to achieve. I just didn't like it. And then I saw it about 2 years later, and then I got it that time, and I started to enjoy it. And then the more I watched it around that time, the more I thought, yes, it's a great film. It is totally off the wall. There's some really good action scenes in it. Some pretty crazy action scenes. It's directed by, is it Troy Hark? Yeah, I think that's how you say it. So he's really big Asian director. And he did this and another release we'll be talking about in a second. And yeah, it's not conventional filmmaking whatsoever. It's totally different from the Hollywood film. Just like the way the story unfolds and the way the action scenes are shot, it's just totally different. Unless you're a big fan of Asian cinema, and you just like Hollywood films, then see, I'd not seen a lot of that when I first saw it, so that's why I didn't get it. And then I'd seen a lot of films since then and went back to this, and then finally figured out what it was all about. It didn't do that well at the time, I don't think. I don't think it did his career any favours. He needed a hit film, and this unfortunately wasn't it. But it is pretty enjoyable. Rob Schneider's in this, and he's not totally annoying. He's actually quite serious, and there is funny parts in it. But it actually works. It's not like a big hindrance to the story or him being there and stuff. He's not like you see him in these Adam Sandler films, and he's like just pretty annoying. It's actually alright in this. Van Damme does look high as a kite in this film, however, in most scenes. Don't know. Anyway, Knockoff. Special features. There's a making of, which is, I think he's just ported straight off the old DVD. It's alright. It's about 10 minutes. and then there's an interview with the Stephen E. D'Souza, which is basically like shots of the film and he's like talking over it. That's quite insightful as to how like the story ended up changing so much over the course of the filmmaking. So yeah, that's Knockoff. So that was the first release, and then so this one, I've been waiting for this one. I was hoping they would release it, and they did. And here it is, Double Team, and at number 115 on this one as well. So really, that's a pretty low number. Happy with that. Again, this is directed by Troy Hark. This was done before Knockoff. So this is new. This came out like just now. So we've got Van Damme in this and Dennis Rodman, who's an American basketball player, and Mickey Rourke is also in this as well. This film is just nuts, more so than the other one. I prefer this one. I'll talk about it in a minute. So we've got the original artwork there, which is great, and then we open it up. What have we got in this? So this one we get a booklet. I like the booklets. I prefer a booklet to the postcards. Then we've got like a write up here. It's called Hoop Dreams: The Bonkers World of Double Team, which goes into like how the film came about and how they made it, how it was received. Pretty interesting stuff. We've got some film stills in there as well, so that's really good. And then we've got the A3 poster of the artwork, and then we've got a flip side, which for some bizarre reason puts Dennis Rodman at the big there and Van Damme at the back. I don't think I'll be switching that artwork. I think we'll stick to the one we've got. So Double Team, yeah, saw this and didn't know what to make of it the first time I watched it. Similar to Knockoff. It's just crazy. It's Dennis Rodman in every scene has got different hair. And the story, in the book it explains this better. The story, the original story, was based more around the colony, which is where the film should have probably gone into that more. Basically about Van Damme's like a CIA guy, and he's after Mickey Rourke, who's like an international terrorist, and he's got he misses the target on him, and he gets sent to this place called the Colony, where these old CIA guys go, and that's where they keep him because they're too dangerous just to roam around, but they don't want to kill him because they still might be quite useful. So he ends up there. Everyone else thinks he's dead, including his wife. But he's getting all this CIA intelligence while he's at this colony, and he's starting. He knows this. Mickey Rourke's character is making a thing on his wife, and he needs to try and escape this colony to take him out and get his family life back and stuff like that. That's the basic, very very basic plot of it. There's absolutely loads going on in it. It's a really entertaining film. It's really good. Again, this came after Maximum Risk and was supposed to be a massive film, and didn't quite hit the mark with the audiences at the time. I really enjoy this one. I think it's one of his top 5 films for me, just because of how nuts it is. They don't make action films like this anymore. There's so many ideas going on that not all of them hit, but there's that many of them that it doesn't matter because there's just so much good. There's some great fight scenes in it, and the end is just crazy the way it builds up. There's a tiger in there. There's a huge explosion. There's some really really in your face Coca-Cola advertising. It's just crazy. So I'm really happy to own that. Great stuff. Next one is Nowhere to Run. So again, slipcase. This is a high number. It's 2,890 that I've got here. So Nowhere to Run. We haven't got slip art for this. We haven't got reverse art. It's just like a scene from the beginning of the movie. And then we've got the poster, which is the artwork on there. And then we've got some postcards, which I'll open up. Okay, so just film stuff from the film there. I think that's towards the end of the film. We've got 4 of these yet, like the others. There we go. And there's the pretty iconic shot of Damme on the bike there. So yeah, there's postcards. Nowhere to Run. I remember, you know, this came after Universal Soldier, and I was such a huge Van Damme film after that. Van Damme film fan, sorry, after that film came out. So when this came at cinema, obviously I was too young to watch it. And I remember in my hometown they had this market, and there was a guy selling a pirate video copy of it, and I made my mum buy it, and it was really bad quality, and she paid quite a lot for it as well. You know, it's one of them cinema quality jobs. There was people getting up halfway through to go to the toilet and stuff, but yeah, that's how much of a fan I was. Couldn't wait for it, and it was a different change of pace this as well. It wasn't just a full-on action film. There was a bit of drama going on. He's like trying to develop a relationship with a child in this and a mother, and it was a bit different at the time. It's directed by the guy who did The Hitcher, which is a great Rutger Hauer film. Obviously, it's a classic. And yeah, it was a bit different. It's not his best film, but it is a good film, and it's, you know, it's one of those films. It was like made for like a star-making vehicle, really. And it did pretty well. It did pretty well. It's sandwiched in between Universal Soldier and Hard Target, so when you put it in that context, then it's, you know, gets forgotten about a bit. But it is not on its own. It's quite a good film. There's someone else in this. What's he called? He's not going to be in the credits. Yeah, Josh Ackland's in this. He was also in Lethal Weapon 2, and Ted Levin's in this as well, obviously from Silence of the Lambs. So it's got a really good cast. Roseanne Arquette's in this as well, and a young Kieran Culkin, obviously Macaulay Culkin's younger brother, is in this film. Special features, so we've got the postcards, we've got the poster. There's not a lot going on with this one, to be honest. There's an interview with the second unit director, which I've not seen yet, so I'll have a look at that at some point. And that's that wave of releases. Really impressed with this collection. They've announced another 2, so I'll be really interested. I'm really looking forward to seeing what those are. Hoping for Double Impact. Hopefully that's going to be part of this. So we'll see what those are. It's been a really good series. And have you picked up any? What do you think of him? What are your favourites out of this? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.